Like the devs promised us after the events of Episode 5, a real storm actually kicked off. If Episode 6 was just the start of all this chaos, then Episode 7's gonna be the peak of it. Right now, we already got enough info to figure out what to expect from it. In one of her posts, Gooseworx straight up said Episode 7's gonna be split into 2 parts. Most likely, the creators originally planned to make 8 EPs instead of 9, but Episode 7 turned out so huge they had to break it into 2 separate episodes. And if we remember another one of Gooseworx's posts where she described every episode with one word, Episode 7 was described as, huh? While Episode 8 was, oh. So, in that case, we get that Episode 7's gonna be the climax and the peak of the chaos, after which a lot of mysteries are gonna start making more sense for us. And Episode 8's supposed to finally answer all our questions and set us up for the finale of the amazing digital circus. On top of that, Goose dropped the runtime of the new episode and officially confirmed that every next EP is gonna run longer than 30 minutes. Episode 6 was almost 34 minutes long, and it's important to realize that was just the start of the so-called chaos. Y'all remember when Goose straight up told us that one episode's gonna be crazy long, but didn't reveal which one exactly? After that 34-minute Episode 6 compared to all the previous ones, we might have thought she was talking about this one, but since we know Episodes 7 through 9 are also gonna run longer than 30 minutes, it raises the obvious question. Did Gooseworx really mean Episode 6? I don't think so, and since I already said Episode 7's gonna be the key point in all this chaos, I'm kinda scared to assume she was talking about that one instead. Gooseworx also told us that the total runtime of Episodes 6 through 9 is going to be 2.5 hours, which is 150 minutes. If we round it a bit, that means the last 3 episodes are going to take up around 120 minutes, so each next EP is going to be at least 40 minutes long. Honestly, I feel like Episode 8 is going to be the shortest one, sitting at around 34 to 35 minutes, while Episode 7 might stretch out to a whole 45 minutes. Over a year ago, Gooseworx already told us who each EP is going to focus on, and if the pilot in Episode 2 showed us Pomni's first days and her trying to adapt to the digital circus, Episode 3 dug deeper into Kinger and showed us Zubal's real problem. Episode 4 showed what Gangle would be like if you gave her even a little power. Episode 5 revealed Ragatha's true identity, and Episode 6 showed us the real Jax who's always hiding behind that nihilist mask. Then Episode 7 basically doesn't reveal anybody at all. Some folks got theories that a new character might pop up there, and we'll definitely talk about that at some point, but still that post was more about uncovering the characters we already got. So in that case, we gotta get that Episode 7's just gonna dig even deeper into every single character, and we're gonna see way more real reactions to the truly messed up events of the digital circus. On top of that, one of the users on Tumblr asked Gooseworx, "Random line from Episode 7, please?" and got the answer, "You're only making the joke take longer." Honestly, I don't even got the slightest clue who could say that, but it kind of feels like there's some shade in that line. And in that case, Zubal, Jax, or Pomni seem like the most solid candidates to drop it. But other than being a fun fact, we don't really get much out of this, because based on past leaks like this, the line doesn't really carry any deep meaning. Or maybe I just didn't catch it. If we look back at that teaser they showed us right after Episode 5 dropped and line it up with what went down in Episode 6, then even if it was indirect, the creators still kinda hinted at some of Episode 6's events with that teaser. So the teaser after Episode 6's also gotta hold some important meaning for Episode 7, and I think I caught the main message the devs were sending. First off, we see a trash can somewhere on the circus tent grounds, and I'll be real with y'all, for the first couple seconds, I legit thought it was an actual trash can in the real world, and someone just tossed that photo in it. On the photo itself, we see Jax and Pomni still looking happy right after the scene where Jax lays out his world view on the digital circus.
You want to hold on to that part of you that still thinks it's part of that world, but in the end, what does it get you? Ragatha tries to be all nice and friendly, but she gets torn up every other adventure. Whether we like it or not, all we are now is a bunch of cartoon characters. So what's the point of pretending we're not?
We're still people, though, right?
I thought we were at first, but as time goes on, we just end up falling into our archetypes.
The wildest part is that the photo was actually taken by Jax. That feels extra weird considering what we saw later, but you'll get what I mean in a bit. Right now that pic's lying in the trash, and it's only logical that somebody tossed it, and since we get that, Jax most likely wouldn't keep it.
We were never friends.
What about all that stuff you told me?
Yeah, I did tell you a lot, didn't I? Not looking forward to thinking about that tomorrow. I do not care about you or anyone else in this circus in the slightest. End of story. You are my playthings, and I get joy out of making you suffer. I'm the one who causes pain for fun. If I led you on, it was just to make this part hurt you more.
And even though we know for sure that Jax did and said all that on purpose so he wouldn't get attached to anyone, his so-called mask still wouldn't let him keep a pic like that. Which means we can be certain Pomni kept that photo, because at first, she genuinely believed that after everything they went through together, they'd become real friends.
We could just be winners. As a team.
We're not a team, come on.
What do you mean? Yes, we are.
Delusional.
Weren't we kind of bonding over being chaotic evil together?
I was merely entertaining you because I thought it was funny.
Did I do something wrong?
Ugh, you sound like Ragatha right now. No wonder we're not a team.
No, I mean, we were doing fine, having fun, talking. But you suddenly
You're not committing. Do it.
If I shoot you right now, are we still gonna be friends afterwards?
But after everything that went down, we get that Pomni actually got disappointed in Jax as a friend, and that's exactly why she tossed their fun photo together. I'm more than sure this moment's gonna get referenced in episode 6, but it's important to understand that doesn't mean Pomni's written off Jax or won't interact with him anymore. We already figured out that Pomni's super sensitive about everything that goes down in the digital circus, and I'm more than sure she ain't just gonna let this slide. Even though she now totally gets that she's not gonna be friends with Jax, the scene at the Favorite Character Awards makes it clear that Pomni's still affected by the whole situation. They won't be friends because Jax really cut off all the chances for that. But in episode 7, we're 100% gonna see Pomni trying to reach Jax and figure out why all this is happening. Also, if we remember that whole panic attack Jax had,
God, you look stupid.
a lot of people already came up with wild theories picturing Jax turning into an abstracted monster in the next episode, or at least being on the edge of it. Everybody remembers that Jax's voice actor is Michael Kovac, and if we check that post on X and Gooseworx's reply to it, it's pretty clear that literally anything could happen to Jax except him going abstracted. Another topic that's crazy important to talk about is Kane and his slow shift into an AI that can't even control himself anymore. That scene really makes you think that even crazier stuff's gonna start happening in the digital circus. And since that image was based off the cover of I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream Then, well, we can dive into that in a separate video, cause Kane's growing out of control behavior is honestly terrifying. In the end, we can tell that episode 7's really gonna be a turning point for the whole digital circus universe. Can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments, and I'll catch y'all in the next videos.